Hi guys, Mrs. Alberts here and welcome back to my channel. Let's begin. Alright guys, this might be a little late, but let's look at paper 3, Afdeling A, the format and the structure. So how do we write an essay? First, you need to look at what is happening, who this is happening to, when this is happening, where and why. So those are the 5 questions you need to be able to answer in your essay writing. So who, what, when, why, and what is happening. When you look at your essay, you have a specific way that you have to lay it out. So you get marks for your planning. Now, you don't need to do a mind map, but if the mind map helps you to organize your ideas, please do it, but that is not part of the marking process. What is, however, is the first draft, your first attempt, your eerste poging. Then on top of that first draft, where you edit it, redigeer, then to read it through, and then finally to write your final. Please note that a lot of marks go into your introduction, then your body, and then your conclusion at the end. Remember to write your title at the top. If you choose one of the written or given titles, you have to just write the number, let's say 1.2, and then the title. Or if you choose a picture, you have to say 1.6.1 and then give your essay a title. So you then decide what it needs to be called, and then right at the bottom you have to say how much words did you write. So first you get different types of essays, and obviously there might be more than this, but let's just look at these ones. So you get your argumentative or your persuasive one. Be very careful of writing an argumentative or persuasive, especially for second language learners. The vocabulary is going to nip you here. You won't be able to express your opinions without going into your first language, English words. The same with your discursive or your expository, because there you have to be very well versed in Afrikaans. You need to be able to communicate well to bring your points across. But if you do an argumentative essay, choose a side. Do not say yes and no. If you want to, remember, we don't judge you when we mark. If you want to say yes, then stick to yes. If you want to say no, then stick to no, whether you agree or disagree. A discursive looks at both sides of the story. In this one, you have to look at both sides and make sure that you mention both and do not favor one side. Now, if I may force you in a direction, however, I would say from here on out, these are the ones that the second language learners do better in. Bespiegelend, which is your personal one. It's the one where you get to respond emotionally about something. They call it an artsy essay. It's where you fantasize or you think about something. It might be a memory that you are discussing, a person that you feel have personal feelings about. It's not a story. It's more just thinking about that person. So let's say I say a grandmother. It's thinking about the good times, having memories about everything that you've done together. There could be a little bit of a description in there, maybe a little bit of narrative, but it's very personal. You thinking about something, an emotional response. Then your descriptive is a very good one, and it also gains a lot of marks because your markers like marking descriptive essays. Descriptive essays use a lot of senses, so you're going to use your what you see, what you smell, what you feel, what you taste. There has to be a lot of describing something small. It doesn't have to be a long story, but if you are on the beach, how does the sand feel? How do the waves sound? What are you smelling? What are you feeling? Those descriptive ones are always good for marks. And then the best one to stick with is a story, your narrative. Just be careful. The mistake that second language learners do make with narrative is that you jump around in the times that you are telling it. If you decide that this is a past tense story, something that already happened, stick with past tense. If you want to tell a story about something in the now, stick to present tense. If you start jumping around in your times, you're going to lose marks. Right, so we're quickly going to look at a past paper just to show you the layout and what to look out for. So this is a paper from 2021. You have to write a 250 to 300 word essay. You've got your 5 written topics. Now, if you choose one of the 5, you have to keep the words exactly as it is. So your title will be 1.1, ek het iemand gehelp. You cannot say, ek het iemand gehelp wat blah, 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 blah. No, ek het iemand gehelp. And then your story starts. Your main focus about your story needs to be around this line. You cannot tell me a completely different story and then in the last or in your conclusion just quickly say, ek het iemand gehelp. No, you have to start with it. It needs to be in your introduction or in your body or in your introduction and your conclusion. Then you've got 3 pictures to choose from. When you choose a picture, you need to supply the essay with a topic. Be careful not to metaphorically interpret your pictures. Look at what you have, write about what you have. Okay, here are a few more. You can see the layout exactly the same. 5 topics, 3 pictures. Now, in your preparation, try and make a vocabulary list for yourself beforehand. Something about future will definitely be a list that can help you. So anything to do with school and university and the future, maybe your dreams, maybe you've already decided what you want to be one day, then you can take something, for example, when you look at this in front of you, this cage with the birds being set free. That could be, finally I'm breaking out of a school cage and I am now going to be going to my future. Look at things like relationships, maybe feelings, words that have to do with feelings and relationships and friends and things like that. And then you look at a picture like 1.6 where you have the friends all there together. It looks like they are having a show. The boy is singing. Maybe it's reminiscent about that time when you were doing a school concert. That would be feelings and relationships and friends and being small and being in school and doing this thing together. Try and steer clear of things that you know nothing about. If you have, for example, looked at the word, I don't want to know, let's say 1.4, where it says water is more important than electricity. If you cannot think about electricity, stations, cell phones, charging, computers, TV, if none of those words can be recalled in your mind in Afrikaans, steer clear of the topic. Okay, stick to what you know with the vocabulary that you know. Be plain, be simple. You can work in some intensive forms, you can work in some similes and metaphors that you've created for yourself, but do not try and write about something you do not have the vocabulary for. There you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you've got any questions, you can follow me on Instagram at Afrikaans Classroom. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos, like and share.